I was attending a literature festival in Corbett a couple of years back. During the stay, I had two conversations with a diverse set of people. I met an 80-year-old gentleman, born in Lahore in the undivided India. Not really 80, but going to be 80 in the next few months, he remarked with a chuckle and a twinkle in his eyes. He was happy that he had crossed a milestone. He crossed over to India with his parents and siblings as a 4+something little child at the time of partition. His family chose to go to Bombay. He still has memories of living in the camp and using communal toilets for 8 years. The circumstances did not deter him. This gentleman studied and joined the merchant navy. He sailed on ships till, in the early 80s, he was on a holiday to Goa with his wife. He loved the place enough to decide to quit a well-paying job and settle in Goa 4 decades back. He established a shipbuilding company. He decided to give up his stressful life. He called his solicitors and vertically split the company in 2 parts, one for each of his 2 sons. He now writes books for the pleasure that it gives him. The other conversation I had was the next morning during the mandatory jungle safari that we must indulge in whenever we are in the vicinity of a forest, even if it is at an ungodly 6 a.m. on a cold winter morning. The forest was a lush green after the monsoons, but we were just a wee bit unhappy since we did not get to sight the tiger. Sensing our disappointment, the guide and the driver explained the lack of sightings to the government decision to relocate 4 of the tourist-friendly tigers to another forest. They also claimed that they were also not seen in their new habitat. Migration of any nature would be traumatic, be it humans or animals. My new friend has made a success of his life by dint of hard labor, but he still remembers his life in the camp, particularly the communal toilets. Decades have failed to erase those memories, though he tries to cover the trauma flippantly. The tigers may not have the emotions that we usually attribute to humans, but translocation seems to be equally traumatic to them. I do not know if they would retain these memories to the end of their lives, but for now, they seem to be impacted. Is it not time for us to step back and pause to reflect before we take the next step towards anything that is less humane?